Yes, citizens, welcome again. This is the Citizens Outlook. My name is Master Fu. Yes, again, dissecting the basic Bantuba. Everybody's opinion is respected, and if we inside ours as well, it should be respected. Yeah, likewise, if yours is inside it. Huh? So, yeah, there are a whole lot of talking about T-Smalls and ST. Actually, we have seen an interview where ST actually mentioned him and T-Smalls never had an issue. You understand? He didn't remember actually where they did have an issue. So okay, what I'd like to do is to go back to the archives, to go back to the past and dig it up and come back whether what he said is actually true or not. Okay, on several occasions, but before that, in this episode, we're going to play, of course, a tape where T. Smalls did actually mention that he never had an argument with ST. He made it clear on Gambian Zone with Sheikh Tijan, produced by Capital FM. We're gonna play that here, where you will heard from T. Smalls crystal clear that he never had an issue. The issue he had with T. Smalls will be mentioned. The issue he had with ST will be mentioned there, and of course, okay, even that is the issue. You will find it out in the video. If that is the issue, let's slide that. Let's move past that. Yeah, I have witnessed, where after this whole issue, T Smalls went to ST's event and performed there. And in turn, T Smalls need ST and he refused to turn. He refused to show up. An Instagram message was sent to him. He was called. He never picked. Several times he was called. I wish the call log, could have been screenshot. It was in the past, but the Instagram evidences were there. So we're gonna show you the Instagram evidences where actually T Smalls did message ST on several occasions. He never responded till date. That was since 2022. He never responded. So I actually didn't understand when ST said, I had no issue with T Smalls and that. When you do something to somebody, you don't beat around the bush. You address it once and for all and move. For the fact I have been hearing T Small saying and ST saying, but for the fact that ST did said this, now I realize that ST is lying and there are some portion of that interview that lies there because the evidences are there. We're going to present the evidence in this video right here where T Smalls sent several messages to ST. He never responded. He never responded. And that was right after Smalls went to his event, the last Independence Stadium show that he did. He performed there and went back home. Nobody called him. Nobody said thank you. That was bad. And I believe that is the same reason why Jizzle attack, Brocade didn't want to show up at his Q City event. Call the artists themselves. Don't allow other third parties to come in between. Call them yourself, bro. I want you to be on my show. They will show up, but you don't send your manager or your errand boys to call an artist that you are not gonna pay. It's just a pass through that later after that you're going to say thank you. If at all you're going to pay them, it's right to contract your manager for them to communicate them to come and play. But if you're not going to pay them, the right way is to call them and say, yeah, it's me, ST, I want to come and pass through my show. But in a nutshell, if one lie is detected, it means there are a whole lot of lies in that interview. You understand? There are a whole lot of lies. So let's watch T Small's interview with Sheikh Tijan right there, and he did clearly mention that he never had an issue. The only issue he had with him was this.
ST. ST. This I have no problem with him.
at all. Musuma remember fu arguing. But one thing I am not happy about, daily amuton, I was not gonna say, to be honest, between Suma Digante Yala. You know what I mean? Because man, I don't use anybody for a hype, or I don't beg people to,
I know
be
that.
in my position.
I know
or
that.
do mala use for my am fame, or do mala use for my nekasisma position. Nah, I will never do that. But I'm not happy with him because she dafa def show bo xamne like show bu magla invite ñu yep, but when I get to the venue ma wara perform, you know, when I ST when time I'm there for judge and he has to perform, you know. You cannot do that to a household name, or especially somebody, yo, album you know, producer be man mala introduce ak mom.
And a few.
I called you to come to my house and talk to this guy so ngeen muna ligay, and from there ngeen start the ligay a lot of bed ngeen muna launch album bobu, you know. I have no problems with all of that. I have no problems with Lolan Def as your producer be, or whatever success you have there. That's what I want. That's why I called you. Smoko bugutan dubala musa or man magical producer be ticket. Mun na ko beru si bir neeg bi man kenam ligay. But I called him. I called Baibabu. I called Parham. I called Nobles. I called few other artists. Mun na selfish man e bayal man kenam ligay no face buguma sa. Why the man no face ne style boy def ni Gambia ñoko gëna sola dan Senegal sa Senegal gisangoñ ko. So bayal ma o boy ngeen start ligay. Dina la dimbale boy naka la mo dimbale boy same music dina change,
and then this is where he perfected his art likewise.
Exactly,
yeah,
like just to be honest. So album bobu nonu launching bi jot man ñew backstage solo very nice pour ñew perform man is a time that for jot do perform. Who are you? You know me, I so, and since that time my mom, we could not sit to figure that out, you know me. And yeah, it's sad to say, but I'm not happy about that. So they don't know what do I have to say about ST. So Lolu in general, I wasn't happy about that. But apart from that, I have respect for him as an artist, as an individual, and then Fofu Nunla. But I'm not happy about the situation. And Lolu no fair, because at the end of the day, sudu darasa kulare rek the fact ne man tamit musnala o manela ne kay nga def li ni yow tam sa show su jode su ñes perform te ci show bobu sa war nga bayyi small perform ci show bobu non as ñun Gambians ñu ndé doxale.
Exactly. That's Tsmallz for you.
Exactly.
Why I love him more? Do they bit about the boss?
I don't.
He hit it straight, and he always speaks from his heart, and that is something lo hamne lo lu ñaka fi la ñu bari nak leen de laaj questions ñu la boy xam nga ni rek suma way la.
No, I'm not.
ñu wacce caméra bi ñu la boy xam nga rek.
No.
And that's Tsmallz.